Hello and welcome back to another episode of Google.rs. It's Byron speaking, and we're taking care of a project that Google.rs depends upon. It's yup-oauth2. Yup, originally a prefix for YouTube uploader, and I might want to eventually rename that once it goes 1.0. Right now it's a bit far away. Well, not far away from 1.0, but there are a few things open and I don't intend to stabilize it. However, it would be great if it could run on stable. Which right now is impossible, as we are depending on certain macros for the very nice and easy to use macros here that allow you to just say, well, we want to be able to serialize something using derive directive. Then you can basically auto implement the serialize and deserialize functions that cert needs to do what it does. And so far, actually we can have a look at how this actually works, because all this does is really that it calls a compiler plugin that will inject nodes into the abstract syntax tree that resemble the code that is required to implement the respective interfaces, and we can actually output this. Cargo build verbose. Let's have a look. We can see how this is built. And then we should be able to say, well, we want to have pretty output here somewhere. Emit. That could be something that we can use. I used this once, but only once, so I didn't memorize it, unfortunately. Allow, deny, forbid, codegan. This is also something we might be able to use. Rus c help. Grab pretty. I know it's something with pretty, so it's not the codegan option. It might be the... Maybe it's z. Z. Include assignment. No, that's also not it. Then it might be emit. Damn it. How was... Maybe it's still in my history? No, I deleted that recently. After it had like 8,000 lines in there. Let's look it up, because I really want to see how this is implemented. As considering I have to implement YAML, I better know how this works as well. So I might as well do it now. So Rust blog macro pretty, I think something along these lines. Yeah, that's that one. With pretty expanded. Okay, why did I not see this? Because it wasn't there, huh? Yeah, because it wasn't there. Maybe this is, how old is this? 3 months ago. Huh, really? They change it? To allow it, I have to say unstable options. Awesome. Okay. Z unstable options. Still no pretty here. Yeah, but anyway, I think we should be able to build this. No, that might be the oh, actually that's the right one. Why is it not able to build this? Cargo build release. Sorry, not release actually. Cargo build verbose. It might not actually do anything. It does. Look, there's this bug again, because it's actually not supposed to rebuild this every time. Cargo build. See, it's compiling this every time now, even though it just has done that. So cargo is still totally broken for me. And yeah, that's just how it is. Multi-rust. Override. Show. Override. So we are on nightly here, on an old nightly. Can I update this? Yeah. Multi-rest. Let's go. Let's do this in a separate shell though. Multi-rest update. Oh, that's for stable. Now it gets better, and I think then it will also do the nightly. Fine. Fair enough. So let's try that one again. Running this. I think this is more now. I might have had something. See, so that works. So now I can go ahead and say Z unstable options and then pretty expanded. There we go. Ooh, let's put it into another file here. Lib expanded rs. Nope. Let's see. So this might actually contain all the code. Wow. So retrieve token. I think that's code I actually wrote myself here. Word wrap. Why? Ah, so yeah, all the line breaks are removed, sure. So the manual line breaks that I've done, it's pretty expanded, basically serializes this from the ast to a string representation, which causes it to look a bit odd. And here we have cert deserialize. Look, and that's the kind of code that gets emitted here. So that looks very interesting. So interesting. Also the word wrap is has no effect here because this is already wrapped in a weird and somewhat awkward way. But hey, it's readable, kind of. So that's deserialize for field. Okay, so it kind of has nested implementation blocks there. I didn't know that actually works. Awesome. Yeah. Field 0, field 1. Interesting. So unnamed structs, anonymous. Well, it's not anonymous, but empty structs are used here. Gee. Yeah, it's not totally obvious to me what's happening here. But apparently you can respond to missing fields even and say, well, it can be okay or it cannot be okay. That's good. Web and installed. Yeah, so this is the common structure here, and these guys, application secret, they implemented separately. So this will just be used here, or probably they just go into recursion here to make this work. So here, I don't know where the recursion happens and why there needs to be a loop. Oh, probably it gets keys in any order and then has to see if the key is known or not. So that's the match statement here. And yeah, it's interesting, this field 0 thing. So that's, okay, that's where the mapping is handled apparently. All right. Field visitor, so here it gets mapped from a string into an enumeration value. And yeah, it's all generic in that sense. Interesting. And then you can just match on these field enumeration values. I do wonder where the recursion is happening here. Maybe this, huh? If it's field 1, then visit the value of that particular key. I guess this is how that works, or supposed to work. Anyway, that's and I don't want to digress here. That's basically what actually happens. Oh look, there's more stuff. So that's the code that's emitted here. A lot of code that handles the deserialization and maybe even the serialization. Where's serialize, by the way? Fn serialize. Here it is. Okay, so that's another style here that's matching on individual numbers. Visit map element access token, and then it provides the value for the access token. I see. So here and all the error handling, whoa. It's all, I don't want to say duplicated because that's not the case. And that's how it kind of goes through all the states that are there, which is go through all the different items that are there. Interesting. And this internal state it needs to keep because it just gets called repeatedly and needs to remember where it was. So that's how that works, I see. Interesting. And long story short, this now is being separated into, let's take this. That's now being separated into a new library, syntax. And the syntax, look at that, include, I didn't even know that exists. But this basically generates the code that you've seen here in lib expanded. The code that's generated here at compile time is now basically being pre-generated and put into a library, or basically put into a separate file. Build dependencies, interesting. And this is what we are going to have now. So let's try to get rid of that. We still have third, not certain macros, build dependencies. Never used that before, oops. Syntax, third code gen, awesome. And I will keep using the nightly here because I don't want to change too much at once. Once this works with syntax, we should be able to switch it over to stable and should still work, provided that there is no other dependency that requires unstable code here. Cool. So finally, the build.rs script itself uses syntax to expand the syntax expansions. Okay, cool. So just links in the syntax here. This builds an executable that will then do what it does. So basically, this is what we can use here. Let's have it. And the build.rs script is this. And outdir, where is that being set? I think the outdir is set at compile time. This is handled by cargo, I guess. Yeah. I wonder how that goes together. Okay, so that's how that looks like. I'm kind of skipping over that stuff right now, which could be a problem. But I thought maybe it's not complicated at all. Okay. So I think the build.rs script, does he mention where it actually has to be? Build. Oh, look. Oh, did I just close my editor? I did. Awesome. So here we go. That's a package key. So I think that's in the root then, huh? Build is build.rs. There we go. And now I just have to set it up. Let's save it in the root, build.rs. No, I screwed that up real well. Unfortunately, it will remain TOML right now. So I have to set up the syntax manually. Good, so that should be that, right? Nothing to be changed here, just stupid. Oh, come on, it's a TOML file now. Yeah, so this new file workflow on OS X is annoying. I tell you, I've been using Sublime Text on Linux, and it's far better there when it comes to new files and how this is handled. It's not the same on OS X for some reason. They didn't make that. They didn't get that to work properly. So here we go. Let's manually rename this. I don't do this often, as you can see. So no sidebar toggle. No fancy hotkeys there to automate that or make it more fluent. Good. So in theory, if I build stuff now, that should work. Yeah, by the way, how does that work now? So plug in. We can use the third code gen. Okay. Split input into two files. The first is the entry point cargo will use to compile the library. Source lib. The second is a template that contains the macro source which will be expanded into, which is included in source lib.rs. So source lib.rs looks like, okay. So now my actual library, the in part, or this one now becomes in, because that's basically just included in the other part. So that's my manual file here. I don't like it so much. I probably would prefer to change that around. So here it takes the in file, and then, but on the other hand, I want this thing to be expanded too. So let's see how that works. I don't know if it's deeply doing this, because obviously, I don't have anything here. So it has to kind of, include this in a different fashion. I have no idea how this is going to work, but we will see. Also with the test cases and stuff. Ooh, I don't know. Let's see about that. Oh yeah, and for some reason my test cases don't work anyway right now, because the the hyper macros don't work for me anymore. So lots of stuff is kind of broken here, and I never got around to fix this. Also, I'm in the next branch here, which I might or might not want to be in. Anyway, let's get this to work first somehow. So I kind of hacked this together now. I don't feel so comfortable actually. lib.rs, oh yeah. So lib.rs is going to be this one, which is like that, right? So include whatever is there. This is it. I think, yeah. So the lib.rs is going to be lib, or is going to be expanded into lib.rs, and this is something we include here. Let's see how that works. If it works at all. While syntax is quite powerful, there are a few major downsides. Rust does not yet support the ability for a generated file to provide error location information from a template file. This means that tracking down errors requires looking at the generated code and trying to identify where the error is in the template. However, there is a workaround. It's actually not too difficult to support syntax and the Rust nightly compiler plugins to update our example. Okay, so basically, nightly with third macros. That's nice. Look at that. So default is syntax. That's going to be happening at stable. And then we set up the build dependencies in a short form. I didn't even know that kind of short form exists here in TOML. Apparently it does. And that's a standard dependence. Optional cert macros, I see. Yeah, let's set it up that way. Oh, look. Yeah, I will set it up that way right away. Why not? So then I can keep using nightly. So build dependencies, let's dev dependencies, yup, hypermog, open, that's okay. Dependencies, that's also okay. Features. Default with a night, I don't know, is this a pre-made key? No, I think that's a feature that is defined like that. With syntax requires cert code gen. And that's just the standard stuff. La 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 la. Yeah, I think that could actually work. And now we set up build to be slightly different. I will just copy everything here just to be sure I don't miss a part. Oops. So the crate stuff. Actually all the use stuff. And this is kind of extra complicated, I think. Because you can also just have two mains here. You know, all this inner stuff. And I mean, let's do it right away. Let's say, okay, this is with, if this is not feature with syntax, then we just have an empty main. Otherwise, look, so he doesn't, to get separate includes here. And separate crate information. I think this is why he does it with a mod, an internal tiny module, as to not try to link to crates that wouldn't necessarily exist in nightly, for instance. I wonder if these extend statements can also be within main, but probably not. Okay, cool. So this means I don't need that. It's self-contained. Fine. And whatever that ends up to be is what's being called. Good. So that looks good. Fine resource lib is updated to, oh, look at that. Config error feature nightly. Plug in certain macros. Yeah, I'll just copy paste this. Like that. So how to read that? If it's nightly, then set up ourselves to support cert. So this stuff here, custom derived doesn't seem to be necessary either. So this stuff goes away. Macro use, that's also something we can just keep. Cert. Okay, so this stuff here with certain macros, I don't know how these examples will work. And if I need to have certain macros here, I don't think so. I shouldn't need that. Oh wait. I think I do need it because that needs to, in order to, for the compile time stuff to work, I think all that will be required. Hyper. Oh man, yeah, that's going to be something. So in nightly, we just include lib.rs.in directly. And if we have with syntax, which should be mutually exclusive here, by the way, then we take the expanded version, right? So that's what's happening here. Good. Macros in macros. Compile times. Well, that's a bad thing, but I think for yup-oauth, it doesn't matter so much. Okay. So let's see. Maybe it works, huh? Cargo build. What do you say? Oh, you hate it already. Because the toml file is broken now. Interesting. What's your problem? Could not parse input as toml. Redefinition of table dependencies. Did I? True. Cert macros. Let's put this here. It should be a bit better. Okay, wants to do something. I think it's a good sign. Oops, package quasi2 does not have these features with syntax. That's true. I wonder why it wants to use that. Maybe I need a newer quasi. Maybe something along these lines. Let's try that. Cert code gen 4. Okay, an update here. Quasi 3. There we go. Something happens. Let's see how far it goes. And I wonder why with syntax is happening automatically here. I have no idea. Syntax, ha. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it actually executed the build script already or if that happens right before it wants to build yup-oauth. I think the latter might be the case. So we are not in the green yet. Can still fail. It's awesome. It's probably my most complex project here with all the build time setup that we've got here with a build script to generate code on demand. I wonder where that code ends up to be. I have no idea. Oh, and I also just renamed stuff without using Git, so we have a lot of mess in the repository as well now. Hyper. Jesus Christ. Welcome to awesome build times in Rust. It's incredible. Yeah, and because it's so easy to kind of have small crates that are very specialized, more and more projects kind of use these tiny crates, which add some interesting functionality. So you end up having a huge amount of dependencies, even for, well, relatively small projects. But I think Hyper requires a lot of stuff anyway. Cert requires a lot of stuff. Let's see. I think compile times, they only get slower and slower. That's how it feels to me. It never gets faster. Terrible. Oh, look, so he is done. Nightly was updated. That's very nice. Latest version, cargo, latest version from 17th of May. Let's hope it still works. Let's hope there might be some improvements so that it will not rebuild everything. Quasi code gen, okay. Cert code gen, okay. Yeah, I think now that the build dependencies are created here, we might end up having build.rs compiled at some point. Is there more information about build.rs? Rust build.rs. Build scripts. Here we go. Some examples. The Rust file designated by the build command will be compiled and invoked before anything else is compiled in the package, allowing your Rust code to depend on the build or generated artifacts. Note that there is no default value for build. It must be explicitly specified if required. I see. Yeah. There we go. Inputs to the build script. Out there, the folder in which all output should be placed. This folder is inside the build directory for the package being built, and it is unique for the package in question. Target. All right, host, num jobs, cargo manifest here, opt level, profile, cargo feature. This is the source directory of the build scripts package. Okay, I see. All the lines printed yesterday out by the build script that start with cargo are interpreted by cargo and must be of the form key equals value. Interesting. So that's how you can actually add. Nice. This is how you can add Rust-C arguments. Ha! That's cool. Root libdir include. That's very nice. Oops. So can't find crate for syntax. Build.rs. So build.rs fails. I tried to do it. External crate syntax doesn't mean we don't have syntax here. Build dependencies with syntax. Cert code gen. Can it be that syntax is actually not required here? So maybe something happens now. Process didn't exit successfully. All right. So unwrap on a none value. So where would that happen? Unwrap registry and expand. Okay, so this apparently failed. And unfortunately, and that sucks here, you know, if the registry returns an option instead of an actual result value, because the result value would have some error in it that would tell you what happened, right? So that kind of interface is bad. It's nothing you want to have in a public API. So cert code can register the registry. Even as borrower, it doesn't even want to own it. Interesting. Usually I want to own that stuff. But anyway, doesn't matter because it doesn't work. Source destination. Oops. Let's see. Let's see if we see the printout here. We do. Source is this. We have that file, that's good. And output shall be that. Look, it's even there. And it even generated something. So that's good, I guess. Considering that this guy isn't interested in the result, we don't really need to bother, right? So we have an output here. So I do wonder what this is actually supposed to do. So let's see if we can GitHub syntax. Haha, no, I want to search for syntax, please. There we go. So let's see where this registry fn expand would be. There we go. Not here. Where is it defined? Is this the one? Maybe. Nope. Just I have no idea. So is there, maybe I should try to find a file that is called registry, huh? Okay, here it is. Impl registry, here we go, expand, fn expand, there we go. Oh, it returns the result, look at that. That's interesting, but why is it telling me it's returning an option? Maybe this is the latest version here. And that actually returns crate name, path, source, destination. Maybe it wants a crate name. Maybe the crate name is, okay, what's my crate name? My crate name is what? Yup-oauth2. Maybe you have to fill that in for it to work, huh? Let's try that. Maybe I also missed that. Here, crate name. Oh, it doesn't really tell you right now. Still panicked. But it is this one, huh? There's no other unwrap. Oh, there's an unwrap here, but I think that is not going to be the problem. Can I print this little bugger? That would be interesting too. Let's not unwrap this. Let's try. And these guys I don't need anymore. I think it is an option, is it? Because otherwise... Because it generated something, that's the point. And it gets to this point, it got around to printing that. So maybe it crashes elsewhere. Now I'm not expanding anything anymore, so maybe the unwrap happens internally somewhere. Yeah, so considering that this is indeed result value, I guess it crashes internally. So Rust backtrace is one. Is it that one? I hope so. Yeah. So where does it happen? It happens in print. What? Registry expand. It crashes and expand. Shit. Okay. Somewhere. In print. I don't know where that even happens. Is this PP Rust? Is this something in here? I mean, the problem I have right now is that it doesn't work, even though I kind of followed the instructions, and the thing I have here is as simple as it gets, really. Because I just use serialize and deserialize. This is super easy. Nothing going on here. Yet it doesn't work, so why? Oh look, syntax, print, PP Rust. I think that's where this stuff is indeed coming from. So here there is an unwrap on an optional that didn't work. So PP Rust state end. So where is this? Is there some state? Print PP Rust struct state. There it is. Awesome. FN end. Awesome. So here, that's the unwrap that failed. So the question is, why does that happen? Is this my bad now? I don't think so. I mean, all the values are set. And I don't know, breaks inconsistent. I have no idea. Let's see if if this is a known issue here. FN end. Let's maybe copy that line and get Syntax to compile with 1.0 compatible code. A smallest possible feature flag possible. Can it be that it can't yet work? But if it can't yet work, why would he advertise it then? I have no idea. Yeah, I think I should finish this up. I'm a bit lost here. I don't know if I should now hack on the syntax code, which wouldn't help me really, or just post it as an issue. Because it should be easy to reproduce this if I finish this up. So let's do this. Source librs.in. Yeah, there we go. And I think, oh yeah, because it was renamed, I can't add this anymore through this interface. Huh, but it is added. What's the problem here? Oops. It seems my get status is broken now. Awesome. First time this happens. Okay, check out B syntax. That's the one. Maybe it works now. Let's give it one more chance. No, it doesn't. Whatever. Probably there is. Maybe it failed somewhere here. Key error R. Awesome. So man, that's how software is written nowadays. Just assume stuff is there, even though it's not, and fail ungracefully. In Rust, this is more difficult to do, fortunately, but in Python. So feat syntax stable. Attempt to infrastructure syntax infrastructure. This could theoretically allow us to build on stable. However, due to a crash within, well, a panic within syntax, it doesn't. Yeah, let's get a short version of this URL. There we go. Method can be reproduced by cargo build. Maybe it's because of nightly. Yeah, let's try that again with with stable. Oh, that's weird. Because in theory, on nightly this shouldn't even run, huh? I'm still I am on nightly here. Maybe it has to do with the fact I am on nightly and something doesn't work as expected. Because, oh no, oh no. I just closed my shell and it didn't even stop me. Why is that? I was so used to pressing Apple W to make the commit that I screwed that one up. Ah, shit. Ah, that's annoying. Yup-oauth. See, git commit -m feat syntax infrastructure. It doesn't yet work on nightly due to a panic in here. Might have something to do with me being on nightly and some cargo related hiccup. Maybe that's the thing. Multi-rust show override. I think we are nightly here, yeah. And it crashes and expand. The thing is, it shouldn't even get into the with syntax thing. Oh, look at that. Verbose also doesn't give me any information on the build script that it tries to execute and or that it tries to build and how it tries to build it. Because that would be the interesting part. Image not found. Interesting. Okay, this is why the image wasn't found here. A dynamic linker isn't set up, or the current working directory isn't set up correctly here. Anyway, nightly should build with third macros, and I think this feature setup is incorrect. Features. Yeah. Oh, that's improved here as well. That's new. Build scripts, configuration. Features. So where is the nightly happening here? Oh, so I guess the nightly feature stuff I have to set myself. Cargo build. Features. This is what I have to do. Maybe this is the only way it works in nightly. Oh man, come on. So yeah. Quasi code GAN register. So maybe my nightly is too new now, so that actually doesn't work here anymore. Oh man, it's always a bloody mess with that stuff. I have no good, I have no good feelings about Cert and Quasi ever. Usually cause problems here, man. Annoying, this is annoying. Multi-rest. Let's try to get it to work on stable here. Good. So now I should be able to just build it. Which is the whole idea, right? Make it work on stable. So maybe it works now. Maybe nightly doesn't work for that stuff. Yeah. I will use the time and turn down my blinds. Well, it's creating chrono, really? I think it's kind of busy with a few processes at once. No, actually just one. Interesting. Yeah, just one guy's building now, and if I look at this, which one is it? Is it Cert or Chrono that it's building? Is this in order or not? That's the question here. Right now it's building syntax. That's what it's building right now. And it's taking a long time, as usual. Yeah, let's see if I can find anything else here. So nightly doesn't seem to be a special thing. That's unfortunate. It would be cool if you could automatically set up, you know, if you could conditionally set up the cargo toml file and say, well, if you're on nightly, do this. Otherwise, do that. But hey. Dependency is awesome. Features. Yeah, I always forget how this is set up. I think one reason for my brain to be unable to remember how the syntax works is the toml format. If this would be a standard tree of something, so that the kind of dependencies are more logically assembled in a way. Well, maybe this is logical, right? But it seems I just don't get it. It doesn't come to me naturally. And I think YAML would come to me naturally. Yeah. Maybe one day there will be a cargo YAML file which supports everything that toml supports, but in a different, nicer syntax. That would be super, super awesome. You know, just have a tree of this. Dependencies, jQuery, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Anyway. So nothing is mentioned here. Whatever that means, that's where it crashes, so I've got that. And eventually, oh, look at that. So same thing happens here. Awesome. So I guess that's it. So I will have to file a ticket here. I'm on stable. Multi-rust. Show override. Yeah, so that's all done. Let's start with meta. There we go. That's this one. That is stable, actually. Yeah, maybe I want to provide that as well. I just provide everything here. Why not? Like so. All right. Unwrap on none. When using syntax. I tried to upgrade. Yeah, let's push it. Yeah. Try to upgrade yup-oauth2. To run unstable, but ran into a panic. The issue can easily reproduce. Maybe it is related to. No, actually, you know, I would say maybe it's related to yup hypermock in some way, but that's only dev dependencies. I'm not even trying to go to run cargo test here, just cargo build, right? So that shouldn't be pulled in at all. So yeah, that's not the case. Shouldn't be an issue there. The issue can easily be reproduced using the following shell script. Like this. Let's link that guy. In here. Okay. Then we go all bash again. Yeah, let's go lowercase here. That's much nicer. So let's try to reproduce that. So, and cd yup-oauth2 and cargo build. That should be the one. And that's now building stable anyway. Oh, look at that. What the heck? Oh, that's probably... No, that's probably doing nightly or what? Multi-rust. Show. Alright, what's the default here? Stable. Oh, unstable, it doesn't even work. What the what the heck? And this is new now. I don't even have to... There's all kinds of things going wrong here. I shouldn't have to do an update here because that's new anyway. Cargo build, come on. Ah, right, feature night. No, wait, that's not nightly, that's stable. So nothing going on here. Oh, yeah, sorry. Silly me. That's not the right one. Git checkout. Yeah, let's try that again. Clone, because we wanna get the branch syntax. So that should be what we want, I hope. And it's pushed, right? Yeah. So I hope that kind of works correctly automatically. It does. We're on the right branch. Cool. Git clone branch syntax. And then we go cd there and then cargo build. And maybe you want to go Rust backtrace on him right away. Shell script, which yields yeah, I think that's just plain text here. What does it yield? Do I still have it somewhere? Yeah. Yields this, but I don't have the backtrace by any chance, no? Do I? Nope. If that ever finishes compiling, I should see it here. Damn it. I mean, the single most annoying thing about Rust really is the compile times. It's crazy. It's just debug, right? It should be nothing, but it is not nothing at all. It's a lot. Assert plus hyper, and you have like 2 minutes of compile time, and then if cargo is broken, then oh my god, then you're in for a world of pain. Evil. Oh yeah, in the meanwhile, I think I transmit, yeah. How was that FTP program called again? Transmit it is. There we go. There we go. I can start uploading that one. And go back here. Come on. Damn it. Why does it compile so long? What's wrong? Yeah, probably it's it's a super good idea to separate this or to split this up into sub projects, because there's CERT and then soon there will be CERT XML, CERT JSON, insert YAML, for instance. And that way you only get and have to compile what you need, which is a good thing. And soon. Quasi code can, at least that builds, that's something. I have been lucky without knowing I've been lucky. So nightly is required to do that, right? Which one am I on? I totally lost track. Multi-rust, show, override. I'm on stable. No, stable is required to do that. And then cargo builds and cargo build. Yeah, let's do a rust backtrace 1 and then cargo build. That should quickly yield this kind of output that I want. It's kind of that. No, wait. This is the output. Boom. There we go. Which yields actually. What did I do? Ah, that's correct. Which yields this. There we go. Cool. Should be fine. That should work. Should work. Let's see how it looks like. Terrific. Yeah, that is that. I think we're good here. So all that's left is this. Let's mention what I tried here. Following these instructions to run unstable but ran into a panic. The issue can easily be reproduced using the following shell script. There we go. Okay, I think that should be it. So I can now link this up. Oh, look, it's already linked up because I mentioned this ticket. Blocked until is resolved. Also note that it doesn't work on nightly, on the latest nightly either, using cargo build features nightly. Oh, maybe I should also say no default features. I'm not sure if default features is automatically off. If you no default features. I think that's also what you should do. Let's try that. Multi-rust. Yeah, let's try that. So I'm on my test checkout here. Multi-rust, override nightly. And now you can go cargo build, no default features nightly. So that should possibly do something here. No, because Aster doesn't even build anymore. Yeah, maybe if I set it to beta, it works, because that allows unstable stuff. Oh. Maybe that works even, but I don't know. So yeah, but on nightly it definitely doesn't work, but that is, tracking a flying bullet. It's difficult. Also note that it doesn't work on the latest nightly either, using cargo build features nightly and no default features. like that. Nor, I'm pessimistic here. Nor does it work on better. But maybe it does. Oh man, come on. Will you please download this thing? Yeah, it's a bit unsafe here, you know? Because usually it can easily happen, or I don't know, access to crates.io can easily fail. I have that a lot recently, especially if you upload stuff. Maybe there are super short timeouts or something, I don't know. Yeah, and now of course the compilation will take 100 years again, and I'm not really willing to work, so we'll just amend this later. Yeah, so that is that. Can I set it to block? Do I have a label? Do I have a label like this? Let's make one. Why not? Labels. Blocked. I like the color. Let's give it the blocked label here. Did it work? It did, just takes a while. Awesome. So that is better. So it also doesn't work on better for different reasons. This feature may not be used in the beta release channel. Okay, so nightly is what you want. But anyway, yup-oauth, let's kick that away. We're done here, back there. Yeah, so it can't work on better, obviously. And yeah, all that stuff doesn't really work yet. That's how it is. I tried though, but I will not try again. So thanks for watching and have a great day.